Hello, hello, hello. If you're anywhere near Indian social media right now, you've probably seen the absolute chaos surrounding the SplitsVilla 16 contestants, Yogesh Rawat, Akanksha Chowdhary, and Ruru Thakur. And if you somehow escaped it, here's the short version. Before the show even started, Yogesh and Ruru were already together. They planned to play the game strategically. Yogesh would enter as a single guy, emotionally connect with another contestant, gain trust, survive in the game, and eventually pair up with Ruru once she entered as a wildcard. The girl who unknowingly became a part of this plan was Akanksha. So, from the very beginning, the relationship dynamic was built on emotional manipulation. Akanksha was never given the full truth. She wasn't participating in the strategy. She was the strategy. And for a while, everything worked like as planned. Akanksha fell for Yogesh, Ruru entered, Yogesh chose Ruru, Akanksha was left heartbroken while the couple continued operating as a team. But then reality interrupted the script. Because human connections, emotions, are not as controllable as people think they are. Somehow, between pretending and performing, Yogesh allegedly developed real feelings for Akanksha. And that became the crack that broke the entire structure apart. Outside the show, the emotional consequences became very real. Their relationship reportedly became toxic. Accusations started flying, blackmail allegations surfaced, secret meetings happened, photos leaked, friendships broke apart, and now the internet has divided itself between Team Ruru and Team Akanksha. But honestly, the internet discourse is not even the interesting part anymore. What fascinates me is the psychology behind it. This is not a case of a woman knowingly pursuing a committed man. She had no clue. This is a case of people in relationship overestimating their control over human emotions. People start believing they are above the game because they are the ones creating the rules. But life has a funny way of humbling people who think they can manipulate emotions without consequences. Because emotions are not chess pieces. You cannot repeatedly create intimacy, vulnerability, attention, jealousy, dependence, and emotional attachment, and then act shocked when those feelings become real. That is the biggest illusion in these quote-unquote strategic relationship situations. The belief that you can weaponize emotions without eventually being wounded by them yourself. And the irony is almost poetic. The same manipulation that was used on a third person eventually turned inwards and destroyed the original relationship too. Because once deception becomes normalized externally, trust starts collapsing internally. Suddenly, the people who helped you manipulate others become someone you fear might manipulate you too. And that is why this entire situation feels like a love triangle and more like a cautionary tale about people trying to gamify intimacy. There's also another layer here that people keep ignoring. Ruru feeling hurt about another girl becoming emotionally involved with Yogesh is understandable on a human level. Jealousy is natural, but morally, it becomes complicated when your own relationship introduced that third person into the equation in the first place. You cannot emotionally involve another human being for strategic gain and then later act horrified that emotional boundaries become blurred. Play with emotions, and emotions will play back. That does not make every later action correct. It doesn't make secrecy healthy. It doesn't make revenge admirable. But it does make the consequences unsurprising. And that is the difference between fairness and morality. Sometimes outcomes feel emotionally fair without actually being ethically good. In the end, everyone lost. The relationship collapsed, trust collapsed, friendships collapsed, public image collapsed. Because nobody actually wins when intimacy becomes a strategy. And through all of this, the person who still seems most wronged is Akanksha, because she was the only one who entered the situation without informed consent. She was not playing the game, she was being played in one.